Hello! Today we will be talking about creating and using a project shell template in Oracle Primavera Unifier. So project shell templates are a useful way to streamline and standardize project shell creation while minimizing any mistakes or inconsistencies. You can create different templates for different project shell types, turning project shell creation into a matter of a few clicks. So first of all, you do want to make sure that you're in the company workspace. And then you also want to make sure that you're in administration mode, which you can do by clicking this gear in the top right here. Once it turns blue, you'll know you're in the right mode. And then you're just going to go down into templates here and then shells and projects. So here you can create a new project shell template, which you can do manually, working off of another template or copying a pre-existing shell structure. For this video, we will be making a new project shell template manually. When creating a template, there are a few sections that are mandatory that need to be filled in before you can save the template. So first off, you do need to have a unique project name. We'll be putting EAI test here for now. And you do need a unique project number, which we'll put as EAI002. Then you'll need to set your status. You'll see there's a lot of different options here you can pick from. First off, you can choose active, which allows all kinds of work to be done in the shell. There is also on hold, which allows for people to set up the shell without activating it. There is also view only, which means that the shell can only be viewed and no changes can be made. And then there is inactive, which means that no work can be done in the shell and it will have limited visibility. So we will be picking active, and then you're going to scroll down here to manual project dates and then set your project start date. So you'll click this little calendar here and pick your project start date. And then after you've done that, you'll scroll down a bit further to project team and you'll see administrator. So here you'll choose from your pick list here, the user that you want to be administrator. And then finally, you'll scroll all the way down here to system information and click into shell classification. And here you can just pick the kind of project shell that this template will be used for. So production, testing, training, anything like that. We'll put production for now. So those are all of the fields that you're going to have to fill in that are mandatory under the General tab here. And the last thing you're going to do is move over to currency, and you're going to need to add a default currency. So we're going to add our currency as United States dollar, just from the pick list here. And then we're going to save that. So now we have this set as United States dollar. So these are all of the mandatory fields that need to be filled in order to save your template. However, there are lots of optional fields you can fill in if you want to put in more information. There are all kinds of things, such as you can add a description, you can add a project type, project phase, you can add project percent complete, planned end date, planned start date, all kinds of things. So once you have all of your mandatory information and your optional information inside that you want to add, you're just going to go down here and click Save. Once you hit save, you will get this pop-up just confirming that you want to create this project shell template and that you do want to use the default currency that you've picked, as the default currency cannot be changed once this template is created. So you're just going to go over and you're just going to click yes. After creating your project shell template, you can click in at any time. Just do a little double click here, EAI test, and it will open it up on this side here. And then you can use this to add more information and change how you have the template set up. You can add many different types of information into your template. You can add cost sheets if you'd like. You can add business processes. You can add documents, all kinds of things along this side here. So this is great because you have easy access without having to add everything individually to every single shell. Once you use this shell template, then this will all be automatically added to any project shells that use this template. Another time-saving benefit is the ability to add users and groups into the template itself, just under user administration here. So you can eliminate the need for repeated clicking and ensure that no users are forgotten with each new project shell. You just click into your users or the groups you want to add, and then click New, and then you can add any of your users in here. And now they are part of your project shell template. So now when you create your project shell, they will automatically be transferred into that. This is especially useful when you have a long list of users and groups that need to be added to multiple shells. Importantly, if you already have project shells that you've created based on this template, and then you decide to make changes in the template afterwards that you want to be reflected in those project shells, you will have to push those changes out to them. So you can do this by clicking on the change that you made in your template, and then clicking this Update Shells button. And you can choose to update all shells with this change or just the ones that you choose. If you click on just the ones that you choose, then you can pick the shell that you want to be updated and then click the Update Shell button up here. And when you do press this Update Shell button, it will just give you a confirmation making sure that you do want to make this change and it will tell you that this change cannot be reverted. So you'll just click Yes here. And this is just an easy way to update shells based on information that you have changed in the template, and can be a major time saver if you don't want to update each shell individually every single time you make a change. So when you're ready to create a project shell from your template, you'll need to navigate down to company-sponsored shells here, and then down to projects. And then you're just going to go over to create, and we're going to choose from template. Then we're going to pick our template we created, EAI002 or EAI test. And you'll see that you can actually select the different modules that you want to take over from the template, and which ones that you don't want to be added to your new project shell. So it's a really nice way to add only the data that you need when you're creating a new project shell. So for the purposes of this video, we're just going to click Select All and then Done. So you're going to see a screen very similar to when we were creating our template. And just like with our template, there are a few mandatory fields that need to be filled in. You're going to want to set a unique project number and a unique project name. For the purposes of this video, we're just going to be calling it EAI Test 2 for both. And then again, you're going to want to set your status. It's going to automatically be set to on hold, but we're just going to change it to active for this video. And then there are some mandatory fields that you normally have to fill in that we don't have to worry about today since we copied this directly from a template. So you'll see that all of the information that we put in our template has carried over into this project shell. So we have our project start date already added, and we have our team administrator already added, as well as our shell classification. One thing we do need to add is the location here. This will just choose where the location is in the shell hierarchy for this project shell. So we're just going to click on that pick list there and then click in where we want it to be located. We'll be clicking test here. Then once we select it, that is now set as the location. So those are all the fields that need to be filled in under the General tab. Finally, we're just going to go up to Currency here. And because we already added the United States dollar as our default currency in the template, all we have to do is select it from our drop-down list here, and we are good to go. So those are all of the mandatory fields that need to be filled in order to save your project shell. However, similar to the template, there are lots of optional fields that you can fill in. So take your time and fill in the information that you want to have added to this project shell. And once you have everything set, then you'll be able to go down here and click Save. You'll get a confirmation notification here, just making sure that you do want to create this new project and that you do want this default currency that you're using. So we're just going to go and we're just going to click Yes. And then you'll see here that our new project shell has been created. You'll be able to click into it, just double click here, and you'll see it'll open up a whole bunch of things on the side here, things such as member companies, access control, user administration, setup, and rules. If you haven't already added your users and groups in the template, you'll be able to add it just down here under user administration in users and groups. And this will be done the same way I showed adding users in the template. But once you have all of that set up, the relevant users who will be able to use this project shell will be able to find it by just clicking this add up here. And then you're going to search for the name. And then you just click here. And there you go. It pops up here. And now you have access to it. And you'll be able to work within it according to your permissions. Importantly, keep in mind that visibility is affected by the project shell status. For example, if it is set to inactive, users will not be able to view this project shell. Thank you for watching our video today, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact us at Emerald Associates at any of the numbers that you see on the screen. I hope you have a great day.